Hello everyone. Today I'll be showing you different ways in which you can represent DFA and some notations that are used in DFA. Let's start with the notations first. Any state is represented using a circle and the name of the state is written inside the circle. Example Q1, Q2, or you can have A, B, C, D, any number or any letter. This is how you represent a state. And whenever you want to represent start state or initial state, you represent it using an arrow. And it always usually starts with Q naught. So Q naught is used to represent start state or initial state. Then you have final state. When you use two circles, this is used to represent final state. Whenever you want to show dead state or trapped state, you show it using the symbol D. This is called as dead state. Another way is trapped state, another name for it. When you want to show transition from one state to another state, you will link two states together. So this shows that on input symbol A, you move from state Q0 to state Q1. If you want to show self transitions, this is how you do it. Self loop. This is called as self transition. Now there are three ways to represent DFA. The first one is using state transition diagram. State transition diagram is nothing but the notations which I showed you. Using those notations, you will draw a diagram, something similar to this. Start state, final state. Second way is using transition function. Transition function. For example, suppose there are two states Q0, Q1. Q0 on A goes to Q1, Q0 on B is self loop. Q1 on A goes on Q1 only, and on B, let's say it goes to Q0. So in transition function, you will represent this as delta. Now we are starting with Q0. So Q0 on A goes to which state? Q0 on A goes to Q1. Then Q0 on B goes to Q0 itself. Q1 on A goes to Q1 and Q1 on B goes to Q0. This is how we represent it using transition function. The third approach is using transition table. So this is represented like this. Here you have your input symbols A and B. So it is represented using sigma. And here you have your states Q0, Q1. Initial state is represented using an arrow in the table. And final state is represented using an asterisk. Q0 on A, Q0 on A goes to Q1. Q0 on B, self loop. Q1 on A remains on Q1 and Q1 on B goes to Q2, Q0. So these are the three ways of representing DFA: state transition diagram, transition function, and transition table. Thank you.